have a lot to do. I still have to put away the chairs. But anyway, I've got all the chores. Or anyway, it's up to me to do them all. I still have to put my clothes today. All in all, reality is cats, like an alley cat at your park. But now I gotta do your part. I got a day job and a night job and an interview at 5. You've gotten rid of both boyfriends and you've given me the green light. I got a day job and a night job and an afternoon away. You just waved a hand and we're engaged, you say. I've been up since 4 a.m. and finishing this at midnight. After this thing I should sell it and call it quits when the getting's good. I took a night at your new club today to take a break away from the rats. But now I got your locker stool and your car keys in my cart. I pick up the pieces left on the floor while you walk away like you don't care no more. I'm tired of cleaning every mess you make, slowly losing patience with every break. Every promise broken never leads to change. I'm the one who's always left rearranged. Your lack of effort shows clear as the day. I'll be sweeping you out when I find my way. Hey, hey, I'm the cleanup crew, fixing your mess just like it's new. Hey, hey, won't be here long, cleaning house, I'm moving on. Watching you take credit for the work I do, every single task I pull double through. Your empty words no longer faze me. Soon enough your history, just wait and see. Where's the spark, the dedication gone? I'm carrying weight, dragging us along. No more excuses, your time is past. This sweeps your fate, I'll make it last. Hey, hey, I'm the cleanup crew, fixing your mess just like it's new. Hey, hey, won't be here long, cleaning house, I'm moving on.
Yo, being a boss ain't just flexing power. It's about moving right, thinking sharp, and leading from the heart. Here's the commandments, learn them, live them, lead them. 10 rules to lead, 10 rules to win. If you wanna hold the crown, better let that sink in. A real boss don't fake, don't fold, don't stray. Follow the code and you'll never lose your way. Rule 1, don't just talk, show the grind. If your hustle ain't loud, they gon' leave you behind. A leader don't flex if the team don't shine. It's a squad thing, leave no one behind. Rule 2, stand tall, don't trip on the shade. Haters throw stones, but the real don't fade. If you crack under pressure, your crew gon' split. Be the rock in the storm, keep your squad legit. Rule 3, speak truth, even if it sting. Lies build walls, truth build wings. Respect hit different when your words stay bomb. They'll follow you forever long after you gone. 10 rules to lead, 10 rules to win. If you wanna hold a crown, better let that sink in. A real boss don't fake, don't fold, don't stray. Follow the code and you never lose your way. Rule 4, listen more, talk less, observe. Wisdom hit harder when it's served by the curve. Catch the vibe, read the room, play chess, not dice. A real leader moves quiet, but precise. Rule 5, protect the squad, keep them tight. A snake in the crew can't poison the fight. Cut them off clean, don't let them linger. One fake vibe could pull the whole trigger. Rule 6, know your worth but know your flaws. A king ain't a king if he don't learn laws. Growth ain't weakness, it's the key to the crown. The higher you rise, the harder you hold it down. Rule 7, don't stunt, just play the role. Real bosses build empires, not just control. Rule 8, share the wins, don't hoard the bread. A team fed right won't turn their heads. Rule 9, be loyal, never snake your crew. The streets don't forgive when betrayal come through. Stay solid, stay If you wanna hold the crown, better let that sink in. A real boss don't fake, don't fold, don't stray. Follow the code and you never lose your way. Rule 10, lead with love, not just power. Your team ain't your servants, they your flowers. Water them, grow them, watch them bloom. A leader's legacy is the seeds they groom. And that's the leader code. Rule 10, lead with love, not just power. Your team ain't your servants, they your flowers. Water them, grow them, watch them bloom. A leader's legacy is the seeds they groom. And that's the leader code.
They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. For some people, good morning. How is everyone doing? Hopefully you are doing well. I am Teco Droff. We are engineered to win. Well, we have today, we're going to be working on deploying the front end of our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. We were able to get the API deployed last week. We tried to see if we can get the front end, but we were not able to. So we're going to see, I'm going to see if Minikube is still up and running, and we're going to try it out today. But that is the plan. That is the plan for today. So we will see how far we get. Hopefully we can get done with this so we can move on. But I think that doing this was a great exercise to see, all right, we did your little project in the course, but what about in the real world? And I would say this. If I had took this course, right, and I'm doing Kubernetes, and then I'm like, oh, wow, I'm ready to go get a job, and I get a job, and then now I have to actually deploy a microservice, I would have been in trouble. I would have been going through hell. That's why I'd rather go through hell here on YouTube on my own time instead of on the job where they are paying me to do a job and now we want to learn on the job. Nah, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So that's why we actually practice on real applications so that we can be ready to go, ready to rock and roll when our number is called. All right. So let me get into our agenda real quick and then we will get to work. Right. So today is Sunday, January 19th, 2025. Can you believe this? We are about 11 days away from February already, right? Next month, February, is Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day, I'm going to be releasing my next AI album. And it is named Abandoned on Valentine's Day, right? So imagine that, Abandoned dropping on Valentine's Day. It's going to be an absolutely amazing, amazing album. So I'm going to be submitting it very, very soon. So stick around for that. So let me say this. I want to say a big, big, big thank you to all of the subscribers that are joining the channel. Those who have been with me for a very long time. Those who are very active on the live streams in the chat. Those who watch from the clouds. Those who watch the pre-recorded videos, those who love the live streams, I appreciate every last one of you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for helping the channel grow and most importantly, for allowing me to add just a little bit of value every day into your lives.
I appreciate you.
And a big, big, big salute and shout out to all of the Patreon members, my tech barbarians and my tech prodigy members who I work with on a regular basis, one-on-one, helping them to level up, get the necessary skills that they need to make a difference on the job, and to my technical explorers who are supporting and who are getting lots of valuable information from the content that we put, whether it's the sprint reviews, the full Scrum nights, the event that we did yesterday with talking about stock and stuff. Shout out to the Wealth Building Journey for leading us through that discussion. So many things that we're doing in there. And another shout out to the tech mercenaries, those who support the YouTube channel as well. Thank you to you all. You guys are the best.
We the best.
And always got to give a big, big shout out to the bag chasers out there. Shout out to the bag chasers.
Money.
All right. So next up that I want to say, so we're going to be going live tomorrow morning on Inauguration Day, as well as on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. We're going to be going live. We're going to continue working on our large language models. We're going to clean up our code from last week where we actually was able to implement using Olama, right, to do our web page summarizer, but it was just straight Python code. We're going to make it cleaner. We're going to make it more readable, more usable. So we're going to do that, clean it up tomorrow. And then I'm thinking on Wednesday, I want to map out the idea that I have for my workflow that's going to help me generate my, my content metadata. All right. So that's what I have planned for the mornings this week. And we're also going to be dropping Candid Conversations tomorrow at noon, where I am going to be talking about how you are a spark of light. And now that spark is either a lighting fireworks or a destructive bomb. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So tune in at noon for Candid Conversations. All right. Also, just want to mention we're going to be going live on Thursday for our next episode or next session of working on Kali Linux for our ethical hacking. So just want to throw that out there as well. All right. Okay. Let me see what else do we have. All right. So we're doing ethical hacking. Like I mentioned that. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you know every time we go live and drop new content. And do me a favor, check out techcoachralph.dev, where we have additional content. You're not going to find any content like that on the internet. So working on cool stuff. All right, let me check the chat real quick, and then we will get started with our first working segment for today, okay? So let me see who we got in the building. We got my guy, Don, in the building. What's up to you, Don? How are you doing? So happy to see you here. And we got Prince Marky D in the building. Says the second part / version of that song is banging. He's talking about the Why Do People Hate Success song. That was the trailer to this video. And we got my guy, Yakar, aka Mr. Tech Neek in the building. Please say the dash. And lastly, my guy Don says, leadership intro song was absolutely amazing. It was amazing. I love that song. I had to move a song off of my Frenemies album, which is coming out on April 15th, to add Don's song on there, because Don created the leadership song and it is an amazing song. So I had to move a song off to put that song on, because I was like, that song has to be there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Shout out to my guy Don.
Let's get it.
All right, we are going to get started with our first segment of the show. I've had a really, really busy weekend. It's going to be a really, really busy day. So we are going to move through it if we get done with our 3 segments before you guys. But, I know I like to yap. So if we get done before the 2 hours, we're going to wrap it up, because I have 3 other meetings to prepare for today. All right. So let's get to it. Let's start our first segment of work.
It's time to do.
All right. So last week, we ended up setting the environment variable for our API, and allegedly we got it to connect, right? So it should be connected to the, what do you call it? To the database, right? However, one issue that I found weird is that I was not able to access the API. So we're gonna have to mess with that a little bit, but we need to be able to get the React app, the front end, to connect to the API, which the API is connected to the database. So that's the plan for today. Let's see how far we can get. I don't know. All right, but let's get to it. So first thing I'm going to do, I am going to check if Minikube is up and running. All right, so this is our terminal. You guys saw us working through terminal on Thursday using Kali Linux, but let's go to, so this is the one for the dashboard. Let me see if this is up. Let me see. I don't know what this is. So let's say Minikube help. I need to know if it's up and running. Let's see. So I just did Minikube help just so I can see like all my options. So I can do Minikube status. Minikube status, and it says it is stopped. So we need to do Minikube start. So Minikube is starting. All right, so Minikube is up and running. I am also going to do in another tab, Minikube dashboard, so we can see what's up and running, if anything at all. Know why that part's taking so long. Why is that taking so long? That number doesn't take that long. Verifying proxy health. Let me see what's going on. I don't know. Let me try that again. I don't know why that's taking so long. Let's try that again. There we go. That was pretty quick. I don't know why it got stuck the first time. Maybe it wasn't fully up and running. All right, let's take a look at the dashboard real quick. Oh, I didn't think that was the URL for the like this URL is really weird. I didn't think that was accurate when I saw it, but that is accurate. Where it goes to the 127, like our local host on this port, but then it goes to this right here, which never seen that before. But all right, let's go take a look at our dashboard. So in our dashboard, we have our Mongo is up and running from 27 days ago. This Hello World REST API is running. This says that it is not running apparently, but I thought it, maybe I have to do it over again, but it says pods 3 of 3. Three unavailable. Available false. I mean, deployments doesn't have a minimum availability. So we can try to start that again. Let's see. So if we go here and let me clear that out, and let's just do what is our command to take a look at what deployments we have running. All right, so let's do kubectl get deployments, and we have we have nothing is up and running actually. Mongo's not running. The UDEC, the front end is not running in the back end. So how do we? Let's use the help command real quick, right? kubectl. Let's do help real quick again, and let's see if we have deployment commands, basic get, edit, run a particular image on a cluster, create a resource from a file or from stdin. Let's see. We have the deployments, deploy, rollout, manage a rollout of a deploy of a resource. Let's see. What about we do kubectl get service? So under get services, we have this. So we're going to do clear kubectl get deployment. Get that again. All right, so now the backend is up and running apparently, right? So it was taking some time to get started. So let's check our dashboard again then to see. Nice. So if we look at our dashboard, so it just took some time for it to get back up and running, right? So now we have this running, we have our Mongo running. We didn't do anything. It just had to wake up and get started. So now we only have this part right here not running, right? And the error, oh, look at that. The error that it got is failed to start container, OCI runtime unable to start container exec top, executable file not found in path unknown. All right, so not exactly sure what this error means yet, but we do have all this other stuff running. I am a bit curious on why I couldn't access the backend the other day. So I don't know. We're gonna let's do some investigation real quick, right? So if we go to clear, I'm gonna go back over here, say clear that. I'm gonna say kubectl get services, and we have this backend right here on port 3500. And this allegedly is connected to the API, right? So the interesting is there are some things that I'm learning in the ethical hacking course that I'm like, oh, I could probably use this to try to gain access, but I'm not familiar with it enough yet to do that. But we can do, let me see. So we got 127.0.0.1. This is 3500. So let me try to connect to this one real quick, right? If we go to get my compass up, Mongo Compass, and if I do, interesting, it says that it's not up and running here, but it shows that it's up and running. Let's see a review. Connection refused. Interesting. Why is that? Why is that refusing the connection? But it's up over here. Oh, I might know why. We didn't start our tunnel. We didn't start our tunnel, right? So let's go and start our tunnel. Kubectl tunnel. Or wait, Minikube. We need our tunnel in order for us to be able to gain access to these, right? So starting tunnel for UDCBE for these, all right? Let's give it a second. Okay, I see everything wants to take its sweet time today. Let's try that again. Okay, there we go. So we have connectivity. All right, there we go. So that's how we know we have connectivity. Let me see. I don't know if we have any data in there yet, but that's fine. We should have data, but I don't know. Anyhow, let's continue now that we have that. So now, if we were to go to, so this connects fine. We want to connect this one. So let's see if this is actually going to work, right? In theory, it should, but I don't know. So if we go here and we're to do send this, that doesn't work. If I do 127.0.0.1, right, that should also work, but it doesn't. Let's do a quick search real quick. Connect to API running on Kubernetes pod. Let's see. Accessing the Kubernetes. No, that's not the one. How do I access the Kubernetes? No, that's not it. Access API. Microservice running on Kubernetes. That is actually microservice endpoint from a deploy. There we go. Let's see how this one says it. So I'm trying to deploy my sample microservice Docker image in Kubernetes cluster having 2 nodes. Okay. You cannot access the application using the cluster IP, which I am not using the cluster IP. You can access the application either using a load balancer IP or node IP type node port. Let me see. Oh, look at that. You can do kube get endpoints. So in a Kubernetes cluster, an application or pod has following abstraction, endpoint IP and port IP. It is provided by the CNI plugins such as Flannel. Okay. Each pod has an IP and I guess they meant target port, which is unique. You can list and watch endpoints by the following rules. Let me see. You can list and watch cluster IP and port with the following command. External port IP and external IP and port. Okay, so if you use a load balancer, you can use a type load balancer. Okay. All right, so let's try this command real quick about the get endpoints. Kubectl get endpoints. All namespaces. Would it be this one right here? Could it be that? Huh. But there's different IPs. I don't know. I guess we'll give it a try. If I was to go into here and I replaced, I don't know. I don't think that's what it is. Yeah, that's not connecting. Let's see. Let's keep digging. Let's see. But we have the type of load balancer. Let me try that. I don't think it's going to be that cluster IP, but I'll try it anyway. No, it says external IP right here to be 127. But I'll try it anyways. Let's go to... Because apparently we can't use the cluster. Yeah, that's not it. But the 127 should have worked. I would think. Let me do a Docker PS. Because Kubernetes is using Docker. However, it's doing its own thing. Okay. Minikube is running. Let's see. Okay. If we were to do, let's clear that out. And we were to go to, not Docker. So go over here real quick. I just want to put this 127 one more time. 127.0.0.1. And that gives us no response immediately. Go post. Okay. All right, let's go to, all right, so what about if we try to do get deployment logs, Kubernetes. How to get logs from deployment from Kubernetes. Let me see. We'll go back to the dashboard real quick. So we have this running. Let me see here. It's available. Let's see here. All right. We'll need to connect to the API in order to add stuff to the database, but I guess for now, let me pivot a little bit to trying the deployment of the front end. All right. So, but that's we're gonna have to figure out connecting to the back end. Right. All right. So let me go back over here. Kubectl mini. Not many. I'm thinking about get deployments. And what if I was to do udecfe? And there's one. What about we do help? And it says our options are let Let me see. All namespaces. If present, list the requested objects across all namespaces. Let me see. List all replication controllers and services together in PS output QP. Let's see what that one does. This looks pretty cool. So, and now it's going to be get RC, is it? List request. All right, so it would just be -A. All right, so we have. Okay, I have that. So if we're to do, how do we set this environment variable last time? We did, let me see. Let's go over here. There goes that set environment variable that we used last week. So it's going to be resource name, the key, and then the key name. All right, so let's give that a try.
Lunch break, lunch break.
All right, let me just set this real quick while I'm here. kubectl set. Resource name is udec-fe. And the key is, what's the key? The key is I guess it's that one. All right, let's go with set env udec, and that is going to be this key equals let me see. Oh, so this should be 3,500. But this is the part that's driving me crazy, because this is like, it should be this, but it could be something else, right? But I will pass that in for now. Doesn't have the server, what? Oh, I think I know why. It's like deploy / like that. Okay, so that's updated. When we get back, we'll actually give it a start and see, or we'll do like a rollout, see what happens. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we will find out together. But the environment variable is set. I don't know if the 127 is going to work or not. We will find out, but let's go to full screen. Alrighty then. We're on break. Let me see. I got my guy Mitch in the building. My best friend Mitch.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
He said that it just gets to a point where he just can't stay silent anymore, and he has to let everyone know that I am his best friend of all time. Shout out to my guy Mitch.
Shake your bake.
All right. For this first break time conversation, I wanted to share. I want to share parts of it. Actually, no. I want to share two things, but it's like a part of a conversation that I had yesterday with two of the people that I'm coaching. All right. So let me start put it up. Right. So convo with my tech barbarian, which should be tech barbarians because it was two of them that I was talking to, but it was a conversation that we had and how it went. All right. So let me put up a 5-minute timer real quick. So I'll start with the lighter one, right? So I mean they're both light, but one of the tech barbarians that I'm coaching, they had a job interview for this crazy opportunity working for an AI company in cybersecurity and all that type of stuff. So, and like, this is like the stuff that they've been working on. They went and they did their briefing, their interview, and it went well. So we're waiting to hear back. But one of the things that stood out that the company that they were applying for was looking for is somebody with Elasticsearch experience and some Kafka knowledge. If anybody knows about Elasticsearch and Kafka, it's like storing data, analysis, and stuff like that. Mitch, have you ever heard of Elasticsearch and Kafka? Have you ever used it? But it's pretty much what it is, right? And it's just, big data type stuff. So this tech barbarian doesn't really have that much experience in that area. So you know what I said? We're on a call. I said, well, what's stopping you from using Docker to install it and getting logged in and taking a look around? And then I found this Python project that should be able to push data sets into Elasticsearch, and then you're able to look at it. So it was like, well, you're not familiar with this yet, but you can get familiar pretty quickly. Like, there's nothing stopping you, So that was my mindset. I'm like, well, let's because I've used Elasticsearch in the past. I've used Kibana, the user interface, to be able to read Elasticsearch stuff. So I was like, just jump in. Like, let's install. At least if you get it installed, you have a talking point to them and say, oh yeah, based on the meeting that we had, I went ahead and I installed Elasticsearch through Docker locally. I set up Kibana. I was able to log in and take a look around. I did something to get it started, to see some data sets, and they're like, wow, that's pretty impressive, and that's the type of stuff you need to do to stick out amongst all the other people who are trying to get the same job that you're trying to do, right? Now, the other conversation that I had with another person that I'm coaching, so they recently got a job for a company doing QA, and they want to continue like learning automation, but it's the type of software that it is. It takes on a lot of manual work, So they're learning automation on their own. We're trying to see if we can apply certain types of automation to the job that they're doing. But if it's not possible, it's not possible. But it doesn't stop you from learning on your own. So towards the another thing. So what this person had did as well, they went and looked at they updated their LinkedIn profile, and immediately somebody reached out to them, saying, oh, we have this job, like this job and stuff like that. But I mean, they feel that they're not ready. They probably will be able to, they would probably be able to handle it, but they feel like they're not ready, right? And they say, this is like, I want to be able to take this type of job in about 3 years. And then they asked me the forbidden question. And why is this question forbidden? Because when you ask me this type of question, I will tell you the truth, right? So he said, so in a month from now, what should I do so that I can start progressing faster and stuff like that? I said, really? Is that the question? I'm like, all right, here's what, in a month, right? I want you to take on this project. The Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. I want you to use Docker to pull in those images, to start up the application and write automated tests in Playwright for the application. So you're gonna have to use Git to pull it in. Use the document. So I have to make sure that we have good documentation on it. But you're gonna have to pull it in. Get Docker. You're going to have to start up Mongo. You're gonna have to start up the backend connected to the database, and you're gonna have to start up the front end connected to the database, so that you can have a full working application where you can start adding data and stuff like that. And you can have your own tests, have your own test environment using Playwright. I mean, it's your choice if you want to do Python or if you want to do JavaScript, right? But actually being able to work in the type of setting that a real QA engineer would be working in, not just saying like finding some random websites to automate, right? So that was my message. Once they asked me like, what should I do? I'm like, all right, well, here you go. These are all the things that you should be doing in order for you to be able to.
Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
in order for you to be able to step up and move away from your competitors who are trying to get the same exact jobs that you're trying to get to, right? So that was my advice to my tech partner. It was great. It was a great two great conversations that we had. One is like, oh well, I'm not too familiar with this. Well, let's figure out how we can spin it up, and you get some experience with Docker. The other one, what to do? Well, here are a few things that you can try, right? So that is my idea. That is my thoughts to you. Just wanted to share that with you, right? Let me get this off the screen. We got my guy Magnetar in the building. What's up, Magnetar? Magnetar, I made this show at this time just for you because last year when I started it, I knew that you were going to need to watch the game tonight. So right, we're gonna do it at 2:30 so that we can be all said and done by that time, so you can watch your Bills go out there and win tonight. Unlike the Detroit Lions did last night. I woke up this morning and I just searched like football scores and I'm like, oh wow, I thought I heard somebody say that this was the year for the Lions going to the Super Bowl, but apparently not. Oh well. Anyways, let's move on to what's next. Mitch says that no, I haven't. Kafka is a software. It is Kafka. No, Kafka is spelled Kafka. Kafka, and it's like some type of messaging thing. Like when I was for the company that I was working for, we used it a lot in for like logging and stuff like that, for like and parsing logging data, stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if you had heard of it because it had a lot to do with data and stuff like that. It's like I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest with you, but I know it has to do with messaging and logging. I know that's like I used to look through Kafka logs all day long. So just was wondering, but cool. All right, and Mitch says, "Let's go Bills! Let's go Bills!" And the Ravens. Wow, wowzers, Mitch, wowzers. That was not nice. That was not nice. And it says, I almost hoping that I don't even know who the Ravens are playing, to be honest with you, but who are the Ravens playing? Who are the Ravens playing? If the Ravens win, wouldn't you have like Baltimore and Washington both going to the next round? That'd be pretty interesting. And just thought you said Kafka. That's a tool. That's a tool. I'm gonna have to look it up. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks. I'm gonna have to look it up. And Magster says anybody but the Chiefs. They hate you when you make it to the top, you know. That's why you have to win like 2 and then take a break and then win another 2 and take a break. You got to do it like the Spurs did, because people didn't hate the Spurs. People did not hate the Spurs because they won like they had like 4 championships, but they would take one and they'll wait 2 years and they'll take another one and then they'll wait another 3 years and they'll get 2 back to back and then the Spurs, no one hated the Spurs, right? No one hated the Spurs, but that's because they did not compress their winnings into a short time span, because if you win 2, the third year they are going to hate you, you know? So it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So let's get to our next segment of work.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. So let's go and try to start the front end to see what we get, right? Because we can do some investigation. Because last week it was like towards the end of the show, we saw that the back end was allegedly working, but let's see what happens with the front end, right? So if we do, now that we have our environment variable set, and we were to do, what is that rollout command? Let me see. Let's go here real quick. restart deployment, rollout restart. So if we do Kubernetes or kubectl rollout restart and the resource should be deployment slash. So this would be restarting all deployments. This would be restarting a particular deployment. Okay, so let's give that a try. If we do kubectl roll out restart deployment slash udec-fe. So it says it's restarted. Let's go look at our dashboard real quick. Let's go here. Let me see. All right, progressing. I wish I could see logs better. Let's look around. All right, so we have, let me see, pull this. Got that, got that. We got that, created container. Failed to start. It says, failed to start container. Error from David, failed to create task for container, failed to create shim OCI. Executable file not found. I think the front end should work though. Let's do. I don't know. Did we ever? I'm pretty sure we tested the. Let's do this. So let's go over here. Let's go to here. And I'm going to say. Thinking. I need to. All right, let's try to do it this way. Let's go to Docker. Let me zoom in on here. I am going to see if we can. I'm pretty sure we did this before, but I want to start the containers locally using Docker to see if they are going to start up, and if they are, if it starts up using Docker, then something's wrong with our Kubernetes setup, right? However, if we can't start the front end in Docker, then that's something wrong in our code or with our Docker container. So that's what we're gonna do here. Okay, so let's do Docker PS. And I am going to do Docker images. And we'll use these. Where is the front end of this one? Let's see, udec-be. This would be all right, there we go. So this would be here. And if I was to say, I should be able to start this and pass the environment variable of the database to it. So Let's see what we got. Let me clear this for now. So if we say Docker run, and we say to do Docker run dash P for port, and I say, I'm going to do, yeah, I'll leave it attached, right? So I'll do dash P for port, and we're going to say, I'm going to do 7,500 just to keep it away. And that's going to map to 3,000, I believe. Let me confirm inside of our, let me open it up real quick. So expose port 3,500. And if I expose port 3,500 here, does the port map back to 3,500 though? That's good. Let me see. Let's go to our main.js. I don't think it's the main I'm looking for. Let me see. Oh, okay. So let me try to start this, right? So if we go to this is the Docker file that I'm using. I think expose port 35. All right, let's do 3,500. And we say to, if we say to env, and we say for the environment variable, let's connect it to this localhost one. Copy that, env, and that's going to be database connection. Let me confirm that's what it's supposed to be though. Docker run env environment variable. So just dash E. And we're going to say database connection equals quote, copy that. And what else do we need to do? So we have our run, our environment variable. Let's give it a name as well. N is for name, and that would be UDEC, or let's call it cube test UDEC BE. And we will go with, I think that's everything that we need, to be honest. Let's go ahead and do another one of these. Docker. Oh, it should just be tech coach Ralph slash UDEC dash BE. Put latest, although we shouldn't need it. And let's see what errors we get, because so it's dash dash name. I knew we were gonna get something. It's taking its time. All right, let's see what's going on. So what we ended up doing now is going back, like making sure that our Docker images are okay. so that we do not have, making sure that our Docker images are okay. So we don't have any, what's the word I'm looking for. We have to test the different parts of the process to make sure that where to find out where the disconnection is happening, right? So now I'm trying to connect this to the database. It's let me make sure our database is up now because it's a different database. Let's go to connect. That one's connected. Yeah, the username and password. What? It says that connect refused to. Huh. Is it because it's a different database? I mean, that shouldn't. If I can connect to that database. Oh, I think I know what it might be. It might be because it is. Okay. If we were to do. So let's do some research real quick. Connect Docker container to another container database. How to set up access to a database in another container. That sounds pretty good. Using the container name as DNS. Okay, let's try using the container name. If we were to do Docker PS, and the container name is UDC Mongo. So if we were to go to what in the world? Let me do that again. Okay, I don't know why I saw that. Okay, let's go to UDEC Mongo. There's a dash in there. All right, so let's get rid of that. Docker RM. Let's see if it's able to connect with that container name. So put it over here. I don't think that's gonna work though. I mean, I've seen it work in other spots, but I don't think it's gonna work here. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Docker run dash net equals host. Let's see. Docker PS. We have the database up and running. If we were to try one more thing. Oops. we go to 0.0.0.0. Oops. And we try that one. Trying it different ways. I don't anticipate that working because of the connectivity of our Docker containers. Let's see. What's up, Maddox? How's it going? What's up, Maddox? I don't see. Yep, that's what I thought. Let me see. Go back to our search. So we'd have to create a network. If you have 2 or more running containers, complete the following. Create a network. Connect. Oh, I can create a network. Interesting. Okay, well, let's try that because I can create a network, right? And connect. I never knew you could do that. I didn't see that in the Docker section, but you can create a network and you can connect my network to these 2 containers. Never seen that before. Or you can say use link. However, the new version of Docker is moving away from that. In fact, so it should be moved soon. This might be old. I wonder if that network, if that connecting works. Let's try that. So let's see. We do clear. Let's see, Docker network. All right, so our networks that we have is all these networks. So let's go ahead and create a network. So let's do Docker, see what the command is. Docker network create. Call it UDC. And we will say Docker network connect. And we will say UDC Mongo. Network container. Okay, so let's do connect UDC to the container. All right, and now if we do the same thing for BE, I guess I don't know, let me see. Docker, I think we might have removed already. So Docker, yeah, we did that. So let's go to up to where we're starting this, and we're gonna add the network to this. And we will say, or I think it's just net, and that should be UDEC, all right? And then we would have to also update the address to UDC dash Mongo. Let's give that a try.
Lunch break, lunch break.
All right, we're gonna go to break in just a second. I just wanna try to troubleshoot this error that we're getting here. It's gonna be the same thing, but we kind of have to get connectivity here in order to troubleshoot this properly. Docker. Inspect UDC. Let me me see the UDC one. I don't see Mongo added to it though. All right, well, no, there goes Mongo right there, UDC Mongo, but I don't see our backend added to it. So that might be something. All right, well, we'll figure that out. We will figure that out. Let's go back to full screen. And let me see what we got going on. I will get me a bottle of water, but I want to say hello to Maddox first. How are you doing, Maddox? Hopefully you are doing well. And I'm going to go get me a bottle of water. I am going to play something real quick, and I will be right back. So give me a second. Let me see. Let's go over to.
People yap about the dreams they chase, big plans on show in a noisy space, talking loud but moving slow, hollow words where actions go. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Empty promises fill the air. Procrastination everywhere. Stop the act, just make the move. Whoa. Show your grind, let talent groove.
All right, I am back. Okay, so let's go to our second break time topic. We are going to be talking. What I want to do is I want to look at some cloud engineering information through Glassdoor. That's what I want to do. All right. So let me set that up because it is important. Like a lot of people think that you just go ahead and you apply for a job. You know, you finish your little boot camp, you go apply for a job, and now, you know, on day one, you should be getting like 500 offers, and you have the pick of the litter. When no, getting a job is a job, you know. So you have to do your research and all like that. So I like to do the research. So, and am I trying to get a cloud engineering job? Not really. But you might be. So I want to take you along like the journey on how to do all that. Right. So let's go and let's do first, how much do cloud engineers actually make? Let me see if I can go to, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can switch the screen for, give me a second. We're going to, no, not that one. Fair enough. Let's go to here. All right, so I'm on Glassdoor, a great place to look up information. Let's go to, I've been using Glassdoor for like maybe 12 years now, maybe. But let's take a look let's do cloud engineer, right? And let's go for, I know a lot of people who are in the DMV area. Let's do DMV, right? What do we get? So, a cloud engineer over in the, is this the right area? Oh my God, look at that. You see that? At X, 222,000 to 322,000. Meta 217,000 to 317,000. Snowflake, oof, my goodness, top paying companies, right? Airbnb, Google, Apple for cloud engineers. All right, well, hopefully that woke you up. Let's take a look. All right, so the average pay, but did I put in the right location though? I don't know. But anyways, total range pay, total includes your base pay plus your benefits. You're looking at 122K to 193K, 153K. Let me put up a 5-minute timer as well. What was that all about? Okay, that was weird. Right, so let's see what else. How is this calculated? Let's start off with let's say you're in your first year, right? So first year, entry level, 92K to 161K. All industries, let's go for financial services. So on your first year, you're looking at 116 to 183K. Probably not near the 183. That's gonna be my guess, right? 3 years in, you're 129 to 202. This is for financial services. So you're working for like a bank, banking, things like that, fintech companies. 4 years. All right. So what about if you are working for government? Government 1 year, 89K to 143K. But you get really, really good benefits though. Base pay is at 76K to 117K. Let's see, 1 to 3 years, 101 to 157. Base pay at 85K. This number right here matters. A lot of people, they only worry about this number right here, but with pensions and insurance and all that type of stuff, it adds up, right? Especially if they're giving you, like, I mean, the government doesn't have stock options, but especially if you're working for like stock, if you're getting stock options, healthcare, fintech and healthcare pay a lot because there are so many different regulations to deal with. You do not want a lot of turnover in those industries. So they're going to pay you higher than other industries are going to pay you, because other industries, they'll get somebody, somebody leaves, they get a new person and they're able to pick up fairly quickly, right? But for certain things, you cannot, right? So, and that's why IT is actually less than the healthcare and where's the fintech? And the fintech. Fintech is even higher. Financial is even higher than healthcare because so many regulations that you have to deal with, right? Nonprofits, probably less than that for nonprofits. All right, anyways, let's take a look at, and this is like over like 4,000, almost 5,000 people submitted, right? I want to also look at not the companies. I want to look at the interview questions that people have had. And here's another thing, like, let's say, for instance, you are going to have let's say, all right, there you go. Interviewed at Amazon. So you're looking at what type of questions were these cloud engineers asked, right? How to tell how you spent time learning things to help you in your current, let's see, but it's important. Like you need to patch OpenSSL. What is the quickest way or efficient way of installing the package, right? Very important type question. Let's see. So reviewing different questions that companies ask. How do my ethics and values fit into Microsoft? Yeah, okay, whatever. Let me see. Could you describe a time when you went out of your way for a customer? Let me see. Can you explain DNS system to me? So I'm looking for more of the technical questions, because when it comes to like how do my ethics and values fit into Microsoft, that's like soft skills and stuff like that. I always look for so what do you do if you can't SSH into a server? Like I want to know that. What do you do? What is FS tab? What are the advantages of cloud computing? Yada yada yada. Let's go to, so another thing I like to do is, where do I find this? Let's go to salaries. I like to look at like I like to do this, right? So let's say we go to this one right here for X. and they have one job opening, right? Yeah, it's not a real job opening. Let me go back. Let me get more options. Get more options. I want to look at. So they have 3,000 job openings, right? Let's take a look at this. And Meta Cloud Engineer, 217K to 317K. Is it easy to get into Meta? Most likely not.
Get a move on.
But
Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on. Get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
But what I want to see is what is the job description for a Meta Cloud Engineer, right? So I just have to find it. If we go to jobs and we look for Cloud Engineer and Software Engineer, Infrastructure, Network Production Engineer, you can find something similar to that in this list, right? Let me see. So let's see. Let me see what a network production engineer does. So, I mean, this is similar to networking, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this means networking on the cloud or networking in an office building, right? But for a network production engineer with experience in networking systems, tooling, and automation to join the network infrastructure team. The team is responsible for deploying and managing one of the world's largest, most complex and robust networks. Automation is the key to meeting our demands, and this new role will be responsible for conceiving, developing, and launching automation and tooling to support network deployment. Let me see. So conceptualize, build, and maintain automation and tools to support new product introductions and network deployment. Release engineering and operations. Let me see. Wow, they say currently has or in the process of obtaining a bachelor's in computer science. You don't even have to be done with it, but as long as you're going for it, degree must be completed prior to joining Meta. So they'll hire you, but before you can start on day one, you need to get your degree done. So as you can see, the bigger companies are like, hey, we are going to put a barrier to entry. Let me see. It seems like more like networking though, than it seems as cloud. But I don't know. A lot of things that a lot of cloud stuff can have some carryover. So I don't know. I do want to see a particular. I want to see a particular cloud engineering role though, to see the description. But this is good. I'm gonna drop this in the chat because this is still good information to look over. And researching the different jobs, really, really important. All right, so I'm gonna drop that for you guys. All right, let's go back to our last segment of work for today. Let's go to full screen. All right, let me get that off the screen, and let me see the chat real quick. Magnetar says, "Well, you could double dip." No double dipping, Magnetar, and he says, "Well, kinda." Fair enough. All right, let's jump into our last segment, and then we will start wrapping it up for today. So, still trying to get this connected. I don't want to have to create a whole new one, but we'll see what happens. Right. So let's go over to here, and I'm going to start up our last 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
I wasn't in live mode. Anyways, whatever. All right, so here we are. Let's go to Docker. So this network is showing me that I have the, so this is the network name. I have the Mongo as part of the network. But Let me go and look at. Because it won't start without it. Let me go over to, that shouldn't work though. Let me go to Docker run help. And if we do, where's the network one? Oh, network. So it's not .NET, it's network. Oh, so maybe that's why I got it wrong. So let's try that again then. Clear. And instead of .NET, let me put in -network. Actually, let me get rid of that first. All right, let's go and say that. I thought it was -net, but it's apparently -network. Let's see. Let me see. It's taking its time again. Yeah, that's not going to connect. That's not going to connect. If it's taking that long, that's going to be a problem. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the logs for that. When it fails, I'm going to look at the logs for that container to see what's causing it to fail. I mean, I know it's causing it to fail, but it says --network UDEC. But if I do docker connect UDEC, and that name is kube test UDEC-BE, Docker network connect. Okay, we got that. So Docker start. Docker start, and we do kube test UDEC-BE and Docker PS. Oh, is it? I don't trust it. Is it really up? Let me see. Say Docker logs kube test UDEC-BE. Nope. Refusing the connection. Okay. Well, do another way then. Let me see. I know I have a Docker. Do I have Docker Compose in here? Let me see. Let me go to Docker. Not Docker. I need to go to Git branch. API layer setup. Did I do a Docker Compose for this at some point? Or not? What did I do Docker Compose for? Git checkout main. Okay. Oh, let me go check GitHub then. Let me see what's going on. I feel like I'm missing stuff. GitHub.com. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, I see what happened. All right. Confusing my projects. So let's do, so we don't have a Docker Compose, but that should, okay. If we were to do, clear, we don't need this anymore because I don't have a Docker Compose. So if the database is up, right, let's do some more research. More research. See, things always go left. Let's do clear Docker PS. So we have our Mongo running on this port right here. And we are trying to Docker network inspect UDC. And on here, so we have this one, but because the other one is not running, all right? So Docker connect, oh, use that one. I can go to here. All right, you can connect from Web 1 to Web 2 and vice versa. Use the internal network IPs, which you find. Oh, I didn't read this line right here. Use the internal network IPs. All right. So the internal network IP is going to be. Internal network IP is going to be. That's why you gotta read everything, right? The internal network IP is going to be. Let me go too fast. This one, I think. We take that and we say Docker clear, and we do Docker, or just do RM. Remove that one, and we're going to start it up again. We're going to say, instead of using the name, because that we should be able to use that, right? Let's see. It's not going to work because it's taking too long. If it was going to work, it would have been a lot faster. Note that the internal IP address and ports are accessible to containers connected by the network bridge. So for example, assuming that Web 1 container was started, get Docker run Web 1, meaning that the server is running on port 8888 internally, and inspecting my network shows the web address. You can connect to Web 2 to, oh, even more context. Even more context. So let's try that one more time. You learn, like, you through trial and error is where you are going to, because what they're saying is if the internal port is 2702, then you're not going to be able to connect to it with the port that they're exposing. So let's try that. Boom, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So the database is connected now. So if we were to go to, let me not open another tab. We go to, do another tab. If I say, Docker PS, and I get this right here, right? And I go to the browser, and I was to do here. I could do localhost, but that's fine too. Why am I not getting a response? I should get a response. I don't know why I'm not getting a response, because it's exposing port 7500. Unless something is wrong with the container, maybe? Let me see. Oh, no. Let me do get. No. me see. Continue. It's on port 3000. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with my container. So, all right, let me look at something like this. So, because it could be something wrong with not my container, but my Docker image. So, Docker file expose port. So, what does the expose port do? To expose a port in a Docker file, you use the expose instructions. This line in your Docker file indicates the container will listen on port 80 at runtime. Expose does not publish the port, merely documents which port the application inside the container is listening on. To actually make the port accessible from the host machine, you need to pass the P flag. When running the container with Docker run multiple ports, you can expose multiple ports by using multiple expose instructions. Can expose multiple ports by using multiple expose. Let me see. So, all right, if I go, let me try something real quick, right? If I was to do, because I think I might see what's going on and why there's a lot of conflicts happening, but it's connecting. I don't know. Let's see. So if we were to do Docker stop this one, it's up. I'm going to remove it though. If I was to do, I'm going to see if I pass it to port 3000 though, which is what the, so I'm thinking, I think that's what's happening, right? If I go to, which I don't know why, let's see something here. If I do port 3000, right? And I do enter, it's connected. And I go back to a Docker PS over here. And it's mapping our port 7500 to 3000. So now if I go back to over here and I was to do here, there we go. So is that, so if I do again 3500 though, no response, port 3000 though, we get stuff. Okay. So I think part of the issue is inside of Kubernetes, we have our port set incorrectly. That's what I'm thinking that's happening, right? So I don't know why it's jumping like that. Let me see something. Where is here's whatever. We're about that later. All right, so I think I know, and I think I have a good understanding of what's going on and why it's not working, why we can't access it. It's connecting. So we have all right, so Docker, cube, CTL, services, or get services, right? And we see this is, so this is here, but it's doing 3500. instead of 3000. And I think that's probably why it's not working, right? So if we do I keep saying Docker kubectl, and we do kubectl, and we do, let me go to get deployments. All right, so let's do the setting the environment variable. So it's kubectl set env. No, that's not where we did it. Where do we do the port? Setting the environment variable is for connecting to the database. We need to do the port for we need to set the port. All right, so let's look at that. We did that a while ago. I don't remember exactly where we did that, but we did that a while ago. Let's figure that out though. Let's go to, why is this thing not, hold on, go to, all right, I don't know, something's going on with this thing. All right, anyways, let's go to, all right, let's do cube or Kubernetes set port. How to change the port of a container. All right. Patch deployment. Kube deployment set port. All right. And we want to do patch deployment. Let's see. Patch deployment. Connecting applications with services. They keep giving me this stuff. Okay, so kube expose port. All right, let me go to, let me do kube expose help and name or number for the port on the container that the service should direct traffic to. The port that the service should serve on, copied from the resource being exposed. Cluster IP, let me see. Let's do target port, name or number for the port on the container that the server should direct traffic to. I don't think that's the one we're looking for. We need port. The port that the service should serve on. Copy from the resource if unspecified. So if we do kubectl patch help. Submit patch. So patch.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right. I'm gonna go full screen real quick. We're gonna do a quick break because I think I can get one more 20-minute segment in here. Let me just see what Magnetar had to say real quick, and then I'm gonna do one more 20 segment just so I can. I think I can figure this out within the next 20 minutes, or at least get close to it. So let me see. Magnetar says that I was referring to when you said you can't get stocks from your government job. They invest your TSP for you. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. There is a way to find out what they invested in. NVIDIA was. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. But wouldn't that be like more like? Wouldn't that be like more like? Well, I'm not sure what TSP. What is TSP? What is TSP? Thrift savings plan. Ah, gotcha. Thrift savings plan. So I was thinking more of like when you work in the private sector, some companies they offer like stock incentives, like where they give you stock options for the company, in addition to your 401k. So that's what I was referring to by the stocks. But I see, but yeah, that's pretty cool though that they do that. Which because it's like more like a 401k that's offered by private employers. So they have it for me, and I have it on my own. They match what you put in full up to 5%. So that's why I said I said no. I see what you said. Yeah, yeah. I get you. I was thinking when I said that I was thinking more of the like when the company gives you a stock, which you can't really, I guess you can't really get stock from the federal government, but awesome. That's awesome. All right, cool. Let's throw in another 20-minute segment real quick. Let's throw in another 20-minute segment real quick, all right?
Let's go! Let's go!
Because I think we can figure this out, and I would love to figure this out. All right, so if we do we do kubectl. Let me clear this out actually. Kubectl, and we say expose, and we say udec-be, or do we have to put deployment in there? I'll see. Well, if it gives an error, we'll learn from the error. But we'll go udec-be, and then we shall go with udec-be, and then we should go with kube expose, and we'll say -p equals 3,000. Unknown shorthand for -p. What was that? Expose help. It is it just port we have to type in port? Oh, okay, we have to type in port. Thought I said, is it -- port? The server doesn't have a resource called udec-be, so let's go with deployment. Deploy-udec-be already exists. Errors from server already exist. You son of a gun. udec-be already exists. All right, so let's do a quick look over here. How to update port kubectl. How to change kubectl port on service. How to change? All right, so I just want the. I don't know why. Like, I guess everything is working off the. All right. Use kubectl port forward. Well, we could. I guess we could remove the service. So we say kubectl remove or delete service udec or udec-be service. All right, now if we do I keep saying Docker, kubectl get deployment. And we still have this here. Say cube CTL get services, and that is not there. So if we do cube CTL restart roll out deploy slash udc dash be rollout restart. How we learn these commands. Restart. Okay, Docker, not Docker, cube, CTL. Get deployments. Okay, that's that. And now see cube CTL, get services. All right, now if we do cube CTL expose dash port equals 3000, and we say, I think it has to be before expose deploy slash udc dash be, or should I just say udc dash be? Let's go with that. Expose. I think that should be it. Okay, I guess we have to do deploy. Okay, it's exposed. Now if we do the get again, shoot, I forgot to do the type for load balancer. So let's get rid of that again. Docker. Oh my God, Docker. Cube CTL delete service udc-be. That's done. And we're going to say expose udc-be, and we're going to say --type equals load balancer. Okay. And then say cube CTL get services. So now Docker PS. All right, let me. Okay, so this is on 7500. So that I don't have to worry about that. If we go back over here, now make sure this isn't running as well. All right, now if I go to let's see if I go to this, what's going to happen? Got way too much stuff on my screen. Let's go here, and we're going to go over to here. And I'm going to do something wasn't right there. Okay, just making sure, right? So I do 3000 because the look at that. That is working via Kubernetes. That is working via Kubernetes because there's nothing in this database, right? Look at that. So boom, boom. There's nothing in there. Awesome. That is great. So now we actually connected to the using Docker to figure out the issue allowed us to get it to work on Kubernetes, right? So with about 10 minutes to go, let's see what we can do with our front end, right? So I'm going to clear out. Now we're going to try to connect the front end to via Docker first, and then that should help us to figure out. The Kubernetes part of it, right? So we're gonna say Docker run --p or dash P, and that's going to be, we'll use 8500 colon 3000 for the front end, and we're going to say, what are we going to say? We're going to say, I think that's weird about, oh, okay, I think I know what to do. But anyways, let's go to that, and then we're going to say network is UDEC, and we're going to say dash E for our environment variable, and it's going to be the React, oops, it's going to be this equals, and we're going to say local localhost, and that's going to be 7500. It's going to be 7500, and that is going to be I think that's all we need. We need that, and we're going to say, all right, tech coach. Oh, let's give it a name. UDEC-FE, and then we're going to say tech coach Ralph / UDEC-FE latest. Let's see how that command works. Fail to, oh, that's interesting. So it's actually failing. So the error that we're getting is an actual valid error. The question is why? So now that means we need to go into let's go build a new Docker image. So this is the application that we've built. We need to build the Docker file. So we will say I know the application works, so let's do what's our command to build a Docker file? Docker build that would be Docker build dash, and then we're going to say, what is Docker build command? Docker build, and then let me go ahead and Docker build command. It's like, if you don't use these things, you are actually going to lose it. Docker build dash T dash Docker build dash T for the tag, and we're going to say UDEC dash FE, and we're going to say dot, right? So now that's going to build our Docker image. Let's build that real quick. So what I'll do after this is finished being built, I will start it from that image instead of the one that is pushed up to the Tech Coach Ralph repo. And if that works, then I'll push that up to the Tech Coach Ralph repo so we can pull it into Kubernetes, all of that good stuff, right? But the reason that it wasn't starting was for actual valid reasons. It's because there was an error with our Docker images, believe it or not. I don't know. I have no idea why. But it was actually failing for valid reasons. So we're getting there. We are getting there. So I'm excited about that. I am totally excited about that. I think we're making great progress on this Kubernetes journey. I had wanted to learn Kubernetes for a very long time now as well. And I'm happy to see that it's making a lot more sense. Understanding the role that Docker plays inside of Kubernetes and being able to use, and here's how everything that we do is connected together, right? Being able to see what we learned using Docker and being able to use Docker to troubleshoot the issue to troubleshoot the issue on why it's not working on Kubernetes, and being able to find out, okay, why couldn't we get to the API, which we now can? Why couldn't we and also why couldn't we get to why did it take so long? Why couldn't we get to the front end? Because the front end image had an actual issue. It was corrupted. So many different, like, very, very cool stuff. Why is this taking so long? All right, there we go. Shouldn't take that long. All right, cool. So there we go. So now I'm going to transition back to here, and I'm going to say Docker rm udec-fe, and I'm just going to run this command again, but instead of putting the tech-coach one, I'm just going to put my local one, enter, and there we have it. So it started up, right? And if I go over to here and I say, what's the port that I started on again? I think it was 8500. So if I do localhost : 8500, well, something's happening. What's happening? I don't know per se, but something's happening. We didn't get an error. I don't know what's going on over here though. What is going on? View page source. That's weird. Because when we start it from the app, it's going to pop up. Either way, something's missing. Let's go back over here. That is something else to figure out, which we can figure out, not today. But that's why so we're copying over the public folder into here, the source folder into here, the package.json into here. And it installs. Takes a while to install. See what's in our package.json. Oh, that's good. There's probably some stuff that doesn't need to be in there, to be honest. Interesting. Interesting. It starts up though, but it's not showing us the actual UI. I'm not sure why. Let me try to add something to the database. If I go to here and I do a post, that is not a good post right there. Do I have let me check this post right here. Let's go with this one. And let's do that for 7,500. And we're gonna go to here, that gets created. If we go to get, continue, 7,500. All right, the one that we just added. Why is everything in there? Oh, I made a mistake. Should be 3,000. Oh, it should have been 3. Okay. I'm confusing myself. Let's go to post again. Post, continue. That should be 3,000 to add to the new database. Or the one that's running on Kubernetes. And we do 3,000. We do a get. That should have populated. I do a get by this ID.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
It's not found. Oh, can't post to that. Get. Huh. Some weird stuff are happening. But that gives us more opportunity to troubleshoot because it looks like it should be in the database. Like it says that we successfully added it to the database, but I don't see it.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
If we go to here and we go to our local database, we go here, refresh, it didn't add it. Oh, wait, there it is right there. So why isn't it showing on the API? Stuff to figure out. A lot of stuff to figure out, but we will get there. Also don't know. I'm gonna have to play with that on my own about why did the UI not pop up? Let me go do a quick look real quick. Inspect, console, local 3000. What are you talking about? That's fine. The OpenAI key isn't there. WebSocket connection localhost 3000 failed. Who are you trying to connect to on localhost 3000? Oh. That's probably why it's not working right here. Let me go before we get it, let me check my configuration real quick. If I look at stop that. Okay, I'm going to go to Docker PS stop or Docker stop UD EC FE. And I go to here, Docker file, expose 4000. What's it trying to connect to 3000 for? Let me see. Probably pick this up next week because we're gonna have to figure out this. We'll have to figure out this part of it. I do Docker start UDECFE, Docker PS, Docker PS, latest p.m. start. 4,000, 8,500 to 3. And if I'm looking at in here, index.js or app.js. So the Docker image is not working yet, but I thought it was working. I remember it was working when we were working on it for when we were working on it on the deployment on Google. I remember it was working, so I don't know. I have to play with that a little bit to see what's going on. I think some stuff that we had to do for Google Cloud Platform was confusing us, but who knows? Who knows? Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up for today. I think we did a lot. We'll figure it out. Let's go to, just want to mention this on the way out. Tomorrow, tune in to the morning show, Large Language Models. We're going to be cleaning up the code for the web page summarizer that we wrote last Wednesday. We're going to make it a lot cleaner. And I think Wednesday, I'll probably start mapping out how I want the content creation AI workflow to work as well. So tune in on Monday and Wednesday. Also tune in tomorrow for Candid Conversation. I will be talking about how you are a spark of light and of life, but it can be either as fireworks you're sparking in someone's life, or it can be a bomb and you could be causing a lot of terror and destruction, wreaking havoc, right? So the choice is yours, which one that you want to be, right? But that's going to be my kind of conversation for tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow morning around 7:45-ish in the morning. We're going to do that. And then at noon, we're going to have kind of conversation. Okay. So I will see you there. This is, I'm going to head out for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really, really appreciated it. I appreciate you, Magnetar, Mitch, my guy, Mitch, Don, Maddox, Prince and Marky D, your car, all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everyone watching in the clouds, we're watching this on playback. You are very, very appreciated. But with that being said, I am out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the game if you're going to be watching it. I am out. Tickle Drop is out.
They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. 'cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
We just show up and grind all day, only results matter anyway. I'm straightforward, no time to play. Block out the noise, let nothing sway. We don't care what others pursue. Our focus sharp, our goal so true. Their distractions ain't got a clue. We just win, that's what we do. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. We don't care what others pursue. Our focus sharp, our goal so true. Their distractions ain't got a clue. We just win, that's what we do. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Yeah.